You want to know what to roll on these to get rich? Hi, Zizaran here, and today I want to talk a little bit about some tips and tricks on how you can get rich off things like Watchstones. This is going to require some initial investment. Some of them can actually be insanely hard to roll, and it really helps if you're one of those hoarders that are picking up a shit ton of rare items and vending them for alterations. So if you currently have like a few thousand alterations, perfect. If you don't, oof, alterations are expensive. This is gonna suck for you. So I'll talk a little bit about my current setup, and I've actually been trying to roll different jewels, but I've been keeping these because they are fairly rare and I wanted to see how good they are. So I rolled 4 harvest jewels. This is probably the worst of the things I've tried so far. I've actually been trying to roll what we're going to talk about next, which is the ritual jewels, which is a platinum stone in Hayward Hamlet, and I've been trying to roll meticulous. However, there are quite a lot of other rare rolls, like increased chance of a tier 4 plant, increased chance of a tier 4 plant. Here we have 2.3% chance to give an additional crafting option. And here we have harvest crops in areas have an extra chance to grow higher tier plants. Now, I have been spamming harvest a lot. I've done a lot of harvest. And I've found 2 tier 4 beasts and no ogs. So, honestly, this is probably the worst thing out of the things I've tried so far. I just wanted to mention that. I mean, I would say it's probably worth stopping at these and keeping them while you're trying to roll for something else. The one I'm trying to roll, which looks like this, it's a meticulous platinum watchstone. And what this does is areas with ritual altars have 4 rituals. That's really nice. Now you never have to worry about sometimes having 3, right? But there's more to it than that. If you use this one, Secrets of the Stone, 25% increased effect of Watchstone modifiers, well, for 25% effect is 5. And I shit you not, there will always be 5 Watchstone altars there. Now, this is particularly good because we can force rituals to be there by using blood-felled ritual vessels. And this can easily, like, especially if you combine it with a few of the other ones, some of the other ritual ones on platinum stones is like increased tribute, and that can really add up as well. And you can get anywhere from like 10 to 20,000 tribute. And then you obviously with the ritual nodes here, you get you can reroll favor 2 additional times, and you get 100% increased ritual altars with special rewards. So it makes it really good in Hayward Hamlet. Now, it depends a little bit. Like, essences are so insane, so you might want to keep those, and like you just have to decide if you want to get rid of harvest or essences. It's a really hard choice, but harvest is pretty shit right now. This is insanely good, and ritual altars can be very rewarding. So there is another thing we can do here in Hayward Hamlet, and that is on a chromium watchstone that can get up to 15% chance that essences have an additional essence in it. And obviously when we have the essence nodes here, they're found at a higher tier. That means that they can be found as high as shrieking, and it means that you can use a remnant to get them deafening. I only use the remnant of corruption on like the dread, scorn, misery, and envy, the 4 purple ones. You get a shit ton of essences, and they're very good for crafting. Especially sought after is like rage, sorrow, and spite. Obviously a lot of people are doing stat stackers, and these are the best to craft that. And whenever people are able to buy bulk essences, like even Ferris and stuff, anything like 50 plus, they sell really well, and it's always really good. I've been so happy whenever I've been able to buy like 100 deafenings at a time. So this is a good way to farm that. It's super worth to run the essence mod on maps because it's 2 chaos for 2 additional essences, and you very often get like the special ones with like, you know, horror, hysteria, etc. They're worth a lot. So there's a lot of people getting rich off of running this, and you might actually have to buy remnants to keep up with it, and then you'll get additional when you're running with sextants. There will be like, sometimes you will get one that says they contain additional essences, and that one, perfect, thank you game. Monsters imprisoned by essences have a 50% chance to contain remnant of corruption and contains 2 additional essences. So that means that it's going to be 5 when I put it there, and I'll get a lot of remnant of corruption. So here, next up in Lex Proxima, the breach nodes can be really good. They're selling for a surprising amount, just like breach stones, and quite a lot of the uniques now, like the soft bow, soft amulet, and a couple others are pretty expensive. The old Natul shield, and obviously people want Chayula splinters to run for experience. Like pure Chayulas are a really good way to level, and they sell really well. So what you can do here in Lex Proxima is you can roll on the platinum watchstones that it's a chance for the like up to 100% chance for the breach to beat Chayula. If you get 4 of those, you're gonna get a large amount of Chayulas, and you can just spam run breaches here in Lex Proxima. The invading force isn't too great. It's some people like it. Obviously, it will give you more density, but either way, investing into all those through the nodes, especially Gatekeeper within their grasp, and you can also roll on Watchstones that it is a percentage chance every time a splinter drops that it will just be a full breachstone. It will really add up, and these are selling pretty decently because a lot of people are upgrading breachstones to pure and running them in rotations with a total of 6 players to get a large amount of XP. So this is actually a really good way to make currency too. Another thing that can be pretty cool to run, and you're probably seeing a pattern here, that there's a lot of things that if you invest into it, it can be insanely profitable. Path of Exile really rewards you for like target focus farming one thing and selling it in bulk. And next up we have Turns End with the exotic good from Invasion. This is actually really good, and you can also run it alongside the like Abyss nodes as well. So here in Turns End we have exotic goods, and the rewards are really good. Often you'll get things like 10 sextants. It can drop pure currency. It will drop 6 things fairly often, div cards, and it's just fairly decent rewards. And on the platinum watchstone, you can roll that it's a 25% chance to spawn an additional invasion boss. So it's actually pretty great. This one contains additional invasion bosses. I think that's just between 1 and 2. So sometimes you get 1, sometimes you get 2. But either way, they can spawn additional ones there, and you can get more from, for example, sextants and prophecies, and also the watchstones. If you're doing these in 83 maps, that means that when a sextant drops from the invasion, it's going to be 85. Or if you're doing the +1 watchstone, so like Osiris one, then yeah, they would be dropping item level 86 sextants. Now, in Lira Arthain, we have a really good money-making strategy, and this is particularly good if you are in a group of 6. I've actually used this a little bit with Steel Mage this league, because Steel rolled all of the watchstones. But it's basically chance for a red beast in area to be less common of 2 varieties. There are other rolls as well that aren't as good, but you can also roll chance to capture an additional red beast or create a copy of beast captured in areas, and you also have a chance for additional red beasts, I believe. So there's a few things you can roll here, but the red beast in area have a chance to be less common of the varieties chosen is huge, and it stacks with natural selection. So you can get really rare beasts. And then what you do is you run with the lures. So you have most people would run either the Krakic, the Ferric, or the Arachnid lure. Obviously for Arachnid lure, you'll get things like Split Beasts, you'll get Venomous. For Krakic lure, you will get Imprint Beasts, etc. Ferric lure, you'll get like the suffix to prefix and prefix to suffix. So there's quite a lot of really good stuff here. The good thing about rolling this with 6 people is when you, for example, get something like Venomous, which is the spider beast that would give you aspect of the spider, all 6 get a copy of these beasts. And that means that per beast, you get 36 aspect of the spider crafts. So this is really strong, because all of you can run the portal, and then all of you can run the boss. So yeah, 6 times 6, 36. And the really nice thing about this is it's actually pretty expensive. So if I go look at how much one Venomous costs right now, one Venomous is 80 chaos. So obviously if you're all like selling at the same time and undercutting each other, the market's gonna crash. But just from finding one Venomous in a group of 6 and doing all of those 6 portals and everybody getting a craft each, you've as a party spawned 2,888 chaos just from one. That's from one. We found 9 or 11, but let's say we find 9, so we spawned 25 chaos as a party. So that means over 4,000 chaos each, and that my friends was literally just from the Venomouses. And then we got loads of other really good beasts as well, and we got things like imprint beasts, etc. So it's very profitable in a group of 6. I wouldn't do it with less, obviously, but We see we got imprints here. I've used some already, but we got 8. So I think we got 11 imprint beasts. These are called Crikey Chimerals. These are 1x each. So seeing as we got 11 of these divided by 6, we made 66 exals off those. So as you can see, like just some of these beasts are very, very expensive. And now you might be wondering, I just want to put it in quickly because some people might not know how to sell these and stuff like that. And there might be some poor souls that are actually going into Menardery and looking for these things. You just click here, search for Crikey Chimeral, boom. Want to sell 1x. This is one of the easiest investments too, because all you need is like the 2 nodes here. And on top of that, you just need 1 person in the party, or you can come together for one of you rolling it to get those things with like less common of 2 varieties. And it's so strong. The things, you don't need really strong characters for this. You just spam like whatever maps, like tier 13s ideally, so you can get like every beast. And it's so much money. It's insane. So very, very profitable on softcore, on hardcore. Very good. Another thing that is very, very profitable is Valdos Rest. Now, obviously, we have really good nodes here for Betrayal. We have Gut Instinct and Test of Loyalty. And what is insanely strong here is that you can roll on Titanium Watchstones that it's up to 100% chance for when you spawn a random master, or for when you receive one, that it is going to be Jun. And what that means is we just get a shit ton of Betrayal. You would probably get like infinite Jun missions. And this is incredibly strong because an Ashleen Slam is, at least on hardcore, 3 or 4 exals. And a lot of the rewards, like winged scarabs and stuff, sell for a shit ton. Winged harbinger scarabs are really expensive on softcore. So there's so many things you can do there. And I just wanted to make this quick video talking about some strategies that are really, really good for making money. So you can see here that obviously when you focus farm some things, a lot of money can be made. I hope this helps, and yeah, let me know if you get rich off it. And yeah, there's loads of good strategies, and I'm sure there are others too that I haven't mentioned here. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Thanks so much for watching. Sub if you like the videos, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.